Anyway, why I mix both. But and I saw a question. I've been vegan for 3 years. We went vegan together with Nadine.
No, you went first.
Yeah, I mean, but the point is that we were together, and it was a bit faster for me. But then we went together. We decided together.
Mine was so. To be honest, if you guys want to transition to being plant-based, it's
Follow
not.
my page.
It's not an overnight thing, honestly. Yours was like right away, right? Cold turkey.
No, but I mean, I decided right away. But then it took me a couple of weeks, yeah, to adjust.
Mine was a few months because I did flexitarian. So I did so from whole week eating meat, I did 4 times a week, and then 3 times a week, and then twice a week, and then once a week.
No, that's
And
how you
then-
build the habit. So you just
Yeah.
take your time, and then I think a lot of people are afraid to even start because they think they have to be perfect.
It's a drastic change. No, but I'm just gonna share like my journey so that people understand. So mine was like a 6-month or more than transition. So from being flexitarian, I did pescatarian, which means only seafood, like no red meat, no chicken, just seafood and veggies and fruits. And then from pescatarian, I went to vegetarian. For I can't remember for how long, like more than a month and a half or something like that. And then I actually went back to eating chicken because I started weightlifting again, and then the trainer that I was working with around that time was really, suggesting for me to eat chicken again for protein and everything. But I think 3 or 4 days into eating chicken like 3 times a day, I just started feeling sick. My stomach was always hurting, and then I was really like getting bad breakouts on my chest, on my back, and some on my face. So that's when I kind of decided to just like not do the.
So not for that.
No, but I mean, it's still, I still considered it as like a transition. I mean,
Yeah, at the time. And it's important to know that this trainer, I guess, was basing all of his stuff on kind of old science. So it was very easy for me to message my friends who are also nutritionists, and all of them are plant-based because just the data is so clear, and they're also training people, and there's so much of vegan bodybuilders there, a coach and everything. So you can absolutely do it. There's no issues with protein at all. Protein comes from plants originally. So yeah, it was just a matter of knowing what to eat instead of this and whatever, and educating yourself about animal agriculture, looking at the hard videos sometimes that kind of like makes you, okay, no, I don't want to be part of this anymore. I don't want my money to go to these places.
Someone's asking, Vi Dengsu is asking, Nadine, have you had to say no to business opportunities because you transitioned to vegan?
That's an excellent question.
Yes, that's a really good question. So many times I turned down working with different brands just because I don't like working with people or with brands or doing something that's not, I guess, aligned with my values anymore. It would be too difficult. I am kind of promoting the lifestyle, and then at the same time, parang it didn't make sense that I was still working with brands that are basta yun. So I'm very lucky because the brands that I did work with also allowed me to kind of transition to another brand, which is also in their company. So very supportive sila, and I love that everyone is just super understanding with my situation. So they don't really force me to do things that I don't want to do. So so
just so you think of, I think we need to remind veganism is a philosophy of life. So imagine it's the same as if you're against sexism or against racism. If you're against racism and this is what you are, and that's what you realize you are, and then somebody tells you, oh, can you promote racism? Of course you're gonna say no, because that doesn't align with my values anymore. So that's how we should see it. And of course it's not perfect, it's not easy. For Nadine, I'm sure it was difficult to to navigate, but in the end, I mean, the world is also changing, so we're gonna have more and more respectful brands. especially for makeup, the cruelty-free label is a huge thing already. So that's already like it's a vegan value. Like try not to harm animals to be more beautiful, you know. And that's so basic in a way, but then yeah, brands are moving towards that.
Yeah.
So
Also,
yeah, it's easier.
I guess.
Places that has
Yeah.
it, we just didn't. Some
Yeah, actually need to buy that. There's more.
Yeah, well, QP is it's hard to get, but you can get vegan mayo so many places. You can actually make your own. It's super cheap to make. Yeah, you can buy it in vegan grocery, get Verde Eats, all these places, but you make it nice.
I know. But
You can also make your own, and that's crazy because it's so easy. I made it the first time. I was like, this is ridiculous. It's so cheap. You just need the.
What did you use? You used soy. I know.
No. You just need any type of oil. I use olive oil, but you can use any type of oil, and that's the basis for mayo. And instead of using egg yolk, usually,
Yeah.
you use aquafaba. So aquafaba is an incredible ingredient that's extremely cheap. It's just the water of the garbanzo, the chickpea. So when you open a can of chickpea, there's a chickpea, there's also water. So this water has incredible properties. If you put it in a blender or you just like mix it the same as you would with an egg, it actually creates a foam, and that's amazing because you just have to use this, put it in a blender with oil, salt and pepper. You mix it, boom, you have your mayo. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's so easy, so cheap. And yeah, it's way better. You can adjust the salt level if you want to your preference. It's one of the hacks that it's so easy and it's cheaper. You're actually saving a lot of money. Because actually, I did mayo before, like the original one. It's super difficult to do. Like long time when I was in France, very difficult to make.
So shall we eat?
Yeah, we're just gonna hear this crunch.
No, I mean, okay. Let's answer questions while we eat. Let's see. Oh wait, I want to show them. The sandwiches first. Okay. Ta-da! Wait, I'm gonna go this. Ta-da! We don't have purple cabbage, but yeah, this is kind of like my go-to sandwich or an avocado toast. Let's eat.
Couple question. Favorite music experience together? Festival concert.
Wonderful.
No, don't say that. The same as we shouldn't disclose where we got the mayonnaise. Oh yeah, it's Wonderfood for sure. Wonderfood festival. Pretty awesome. But we did a very cool stuff in France. Also, we also went to
Montpellier.
yeah, but
Madame Royale.
yeah, but I was gonna talk about the very low key classical concert we've also been to.
Oh yeah.
Because it's something that people never does, and it was really amazing. In France, it's really you pay like 300 pesos, equivalent in euro, to go into a century-old church where there's like really cool artists and music. I mean, it's
Madeleine.
crazy. So yeah, this is really nice, symphonic.
It's so.
It's just crazy that there's like 50 different person just fine-tuned to the same exact. And it's just very impressive to watch. Even if you don't really know about classical music, you're really, wow, this is trippy. Everybody's doing something totally different, but it sounds amazing, all of it together. But yeah, festival, yeah, Wonderfood. Yeah, we're gonna do more festival later.
Alright, I'm just enjoying this time. It's just so good.
I'm gonna knife because I don't wanna.
Alright. I was gonna say earlier, sorry, I totally like got cut off, but when we were talking about the brands that we're working with, well, we were talking about the brands we're working with. I guess with more with Miss Bucana wines, we were really lucky because for some reason when we got our what do you call it, our information back from the vineyard, we found out that the wine is actually vegan. So we were kind of worried, that we were going to be selling something that has, because apparently they use Use lard, right, to filter out the wine.
Yeah, it's also something that even French people don't know about.
Yeah.
But not all wines.
Yeah.
We just assume it's just like grapes, and but sometimes in the process of filtering the wine, they use gelatin, which is basically a cow and pig bone that you boil. It's pig bones, pretty much, or fish gelatin as well, or egg whites.
Actually, you know what? Not a lot of people know where gelatin comes from.
Yeah, that's why I explained it, because when you learn it, you're like, wow, when you're a kid, you love candies, but you're literally eating
Yung mga tira-tira.
the bones of dead animals. So
Yeah.
it's kind of the opposite thing you want to eat when you're getting candies. You think about fruits, you think about innocence and sweetness, but it's really, gelatin is pretty terrible. So yeah, anyway, for wine, they use a lot of animal products to filter it. It's really not a requirement, it's just a practice that's been going on. There's you can either not do it or also use plant-based alternatives, and it doesn't cost anything. It's just a thing that they've been doing it, so there's no reason for them to change because nobody really cared, but I guess now people are caring more. So ours doesn't have any of those, of course. Yes.
I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this time.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
No time, eh?
No, man.
How dare you say no to Josh. I'm here. You see Josh's message? I'm here. Cross the bridge. It's so funny because we actually have a lot of friends that live around the area, or that live in Rockwell, and also Aqua. So
That's
super
a good
funny.
question.
Which one?
Says, what do you eat when you attend events that doesn't have vegan food? I mean,
We don't eat. But
there's always something. Like if it, you know what, that works for me also. Like for parties or like birthdays or anything. Usually we're just gonna eat a bit before, and then just so we're not starving. And if we're really hungry, there's always gonna be French fries or rice with soy sauce. Literally, I did that so many times. Or just fruits, it's fine. Like it's just we're not gonna die of starvation if we just skip a good meal for like once. We're just gonna eat better right after or right before. It's totally fine. It's just something you just need to get used to it. But there's always options if that in your events you order.
but also most of the time we make sure that we ask for I ask for a vegan.
Yeah, that's you.
option.
Yeah, for her events, this, or if you don't have, literally, if you open your Grab app, you type vegan in the thing, you're gonna have so many options, like cheap Filipino food as well, more expensive stuff, whatever. There's everything. You can get pizza, you can get burgers, and just open your Grab app for those who are in a Grab area. Just type vegan, you'll see so much stuff. Like it's really not that difficult. You just have to learn where to get your stuff. That's the only thing. But once you know, we don't even think about these things. Like I never prep my food and have a bottle or whatever. Like
I do when I go to shoots.
yeah, because you stay forever
Yeah.
and remote locations sometimes. But now there's always something. We just ask for. Yeah, it's just gonna be one meal. It's not a big deal.
But also you have to learn where to get your food, where to get what restaurant you should go to. Also the dishes that are easy to cook if you don't have time. Not because I'm saying this, kasi a lot of people are asking me na parang, isn't it hard, to switch to plant-based? Tapos sinasabi ko lang sa kanila, well, actually, it's challenging, but once you're used to it na, hindi ka na mahihirapan. Kasi kung alam mo kung saan ka bibili ng food, alam mo na yung mga places, kunyari mga restaurants na merong in-offer na plant-based options. You can order there. So, you get used to it eventually. What are you looking for?
Tissue.